There are many different ways to buy Bitcoin, but the cheapest and fastest way to buy Bitcoin with cash is with a CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM. CoinFlip ATMs allow anyone to buy Bitcoin with the lowest fees and within just a few steps. Hi, I'm Amy, and I'm one of the hundreds of store owners who partner with CoinFlip. In this convenient store, we host a CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM. We earn passive income, more foot traffic, and we get free advertising done by the CoinFlip team. Getting the ATM was easy. We just contact the CoinFlip team at info@coinflip.tech, and they handle everything with no cost to the store owner. This includes installation, maintenance, marketing, and even 24/7 customer service. We just provide a small space within the store. To get your own CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM and join the monetary revolution, contact CoinFlip today. info@coinflip.tech or fill out the form at request.coinflip.tech. 773-800-0106.
Whether you're brand new to cryptocurrency or an expert, Hodl is the app for you. Are you tired of dealing with the exchanges, their unreliability, and high fees? Welcome to the new cryptocurrency standard. Hodl is your one-stop shop for accumulating cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. This is the easiest way for you to accumulate crypto and manage it. Download the Hodl app now. Create your profile, link one or more bank accounts, set up your dashboard, and let Hodl do the rest. It's easy and fast. Hodl provides multiple ways to purchase and accumulate crypto. Included are advanced automated buying features along with direct market buys. You have total control of your money and which cryptocurrencies get purchased, with options including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tether, Ripple, among others. Use the Roundup feature to automatically purchase crypto with your spare change after making everyday purchases. Easily increase your Roundup growth by using the Boost Growth option, and boost your Roundups by either 2, 3, or 5 times. The Autopilot feature allows you to purchase crypto based on the amount and frequency you choose. Set it and forget it. Buy and sell in real time. The coins you buy are the coins you get. Hodl holds 100% true blockchain purchases. No downtime. Super secure. Lower fees, and you get 24/7 support. Hodl makes it easy for you to create and manage a diversified cryptocurrency portfolio. Look forward to future enhancements coming soon, as well as additional cryptocurrency options. Download the Hodl app today and get started now.
All right, we're live. This thing's on, right? Hello? Hey, how goes it, bros? I'm here with my buddy Matt from Crypto Twerps. How goes it?
How are you, man? Good to meet you, Ken. I'm
Likewise.
doing well.
Me too, man. I'm having a day already, dude. I woke up. There's a slight dip that I plan on trying to buy, but other than that, man, I'm having a day.
I haven't seen the dip yet. I just rolled out of bed and jumped on. No, I got my coffee. I just had enough time to grab my coffee, and it's a bright an early 7 a.m. over here.
Yeah, it's
And
noon for me, man. So I
uh,
always look at time zones like glitches in the Matrix. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, it's wild. I'm still getting used to the fact that you can connect instantly with somebody, halfway across the world, Romania or whatever, and it's always fun tackling the time differences. And okay, who needs to wake up early and who needs to be on the late call, right? Someone's going to have to be on a 11 p.m. call.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to carry. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
whoever had the most amount of sleep or the most amount of daylight before, the responsibility is on you to have the most energy.
there you go, man.
So I feel it. I feel it. I
Love
had
it.
I had my coffee hours ago. I see you're just getting yours in, man.
Yep.
Let's dive into a little bit of you though, Matt. Like I'd like to get to know a little bit about like how people got into this space and how that led them to what they're at or doing now. So I guess a little bit of background, like who's Matt? How did you get into crypto, and what the hell are you doing now in this space?
Right, right. So back in the day, in a previous life, I was in internet marketing. A lot of us have come in from that side of things, right? The internet marketing and the make money online space, and just literally trying to figure out how to make it go, making, being able to pay your bills, and obviously you want to do well in life, all online, right? So I remember when this hit me, I think it was 2015. And I woke up one morning and I said, I am just sick and tired of commuting to a job that I don't like. And I'm spending all my money on gas, and I'm spending my life in my car, and I don't want to do this anymore. And it all kind of came out of that one decision. So then I pivoted to internet marketing, and I learned about direct sales and network marketing. And then after a while, that space kind of seemed a little scammy, and it almost seemed like you can't really do super well in that space without either becoming a statistic nerd or just somebody who's going to pull the wool over other people's eyes,
It's
right?
definitely hard to be earnest in marketing for sure.
You know what?
Sometimes.
It is. And I'll also make the argument that it can be that way in crypto too. But
Yeah.
what happened was I came in more in a passive role. I guess we all kind of do when we start something new, right? We're just kind of looking from the outside in and just getting our bearings. And crypto just grabbed me right away. And there was no letting go, right? It's like that moment that oh man, this is going to be part of my life, right? It's a crazy feeling. And it doesn't happen to a lot of people very often when they have that pull. They feel that pull. And so the way that I got in was Bitcoin Talk forum, right, .org, and just kind of poking around and realizing, I had heard about Bitcoin, but holy smokes, all these other coins, what is
Yeah.
this about, right? And so at the time, Ethereum was number 2. And immediately I found all of my time was going over there to learn about this really boring base layer protocol that really nothing had really been built on it yet. And in due time, the DAO, I don't know if some of your listeners have been in from the old days being 26,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really
right?
that old, but I guess it is in Bitcoin years. It's like double
It
dog
is.
years.
It is. That's how it works, right? And so I was really interested in the DAO and the whole concept of businesses that are autonomous, right? And
Yeah,
I
same.
got
I
in
got
really,
it. I got in around the same time actually, early 2015. So I had enough time to kind of get wet behind the ears with Bitcoin,
uh-huh,
and then sort of get my bearings on like I got the Internet of Money concept from Andreas, but now the Internet of Things is sort of coming out of Vitalik, and I had enough time to kind
right,
of have that epiphany where it was like, well, this is basic evolution of everything. I mean, it just makes sense. Back then, I was looking at smart cars being hacked on the highway by kids on their iPhones. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, you can't have a smart car run on HTML5 or Java. That's stupid. It needs to run on something like Ethereum. Before even Ethereum existed, I saw a need for it.
you saw that the trustless layer, right?
Right.
So it all comes down to that trustless layer, and this idea that cars could be paying for their own gas and maintaining themselves, and what a wild world. I mean, that is just, what a leap to step into that and go, we are used to seeing all kinds of shit go on in the financial world that we don't agree on, but there really was no alternative, right? So you just kind of take it in the butt and, okay, whatever, I have a bank, I can't escape this reality. Well, this is an escape, right, to an alternate reality. And so,
It's
I
funny
got
you say it like that, dude. I tell people all the time, like being a Bitcoiner is a lot like LARPing. It feels very similar to when you watch somebody live action roleplay and they're just like, fireball, and you're like, that looks goofy, and I'm over here like, Bitcoin transaction.
No, as a matter of fact, a lot of my friends, like, they didn't really see, they just kind of, when they're just kind of paying lip service and they're just kind of, okay, that sounds like it could be a fad or whatever. But then as time goes on, some of them kind of contact you like, hey, I'm hearing a little bit more about this, and right? And then there are others that are still just like absolutely rejecting it outright. They just don't want to hear about it. It's another thing that they have to.
It goes against their religion, man. That's what I've noticed. When it comes to currency, it's very religious. Like the dollar bill is very close to a bookmark for the Bible. You know what I mean? Like having "In God We Trust" on the currency itself. When you try to I don't know, convert somebody from the US dollar to crypto like Bitcoin, it's almost like a religious conversion where they feel personally attacked. Like my ancestors believed in this thing. My parents' parents believed in this thing. And you're going to tell me my legacy of my lineage is wrong in their beliefs? It's a way to start a personal war with a friend.
Well, and here's the thing too, is if you ask them if they believe in the government and they have trust in the government, they say no. Okay, well, how do you square that up? I mean, that doesn't make sense. Well, it's just kind of the way it is. Everybody else is doing it. It's the herd mentality, right?
Yeah,
so, but now what? We have NFTs, right? So people are coming in through that gate as opposed to the money gate now.
Which I, for years, told people, bro, was going to be the on-ramp. Non-fungible tokens, blockchain gaming, digital assets, then you'll get your cryptocurrencies. But nobody's going to turn off their bank account, but they most likely will get rid of Fortnite so they can play a different game that gives them ownership of the assets.
Well, the onboarding experience is slick, right? Because you don't have to like create a Coinbase account or whatever and kind of navigate that. Order books.
We don't know, man. KYC and all this regulatory bullshit could fall in the laps of NFTs any day, which is very scary.
That's so true. That is so true. And on that note, I knew that if I wanted to get going on this, we needed to start early because, the big boys are coming, right? You have Topps, you have Atari coming.
Capcom, I was gonna say Capcom, Dr. Seuss, and fucking Smurfs, bro.
Yeah, Smurfs.
The fucking Smurfs are into NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time before Dragon Ball Z and all these others that guys really like, right? Pokemon. I mean, I have friends that say, you know what, when Pokemon hits, that's when I'm going all in, right? It's almost like I don't really care for these other things that I'm seeing. Never really been a Garbage Pail Kid fan, and I'm saying, well, just wait until the thing that you care about shows up.
That's a good point. Yeah, the Garbage Pail thing was a good proof of concept. It was a beta test. It was a catalyst to kind of show Pokemon, hey, this is what you can do. And exactly, like you said, and that's what I've been saying for the longest time. As soon as Pokemon hits NFTs, game over. Bitcoin ain't shit compared to Pokemon. Yeah. That's just facts.
Yeah. Well, people, it's an emotional experience, right? They love that feeling. They're into it. They bought into it already. And here is like just the extension of that again. It's like it's coming back, but it's coming back in a new way, right? In a digital asset way where you can own these assets. And again, it's funny when you say it. You can own the asset and someone goes, yeah, whatever. But when you experience that and you start
YouTube right now, I just want to see if I can hear it right now. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're live again. All right, sorry about that, everybody. There was technical difficulties, but Matt, I'm sorry to interrupt as you were saying.
No problem. Yeah, no, the idea of ownership is something that you can't really explain to somebody until they've experienced it. And of course,
Well, yeah, I mean,
collectibles,
imagine losing your Fortnite account, right?
right?
That would be just as devastating as losing your fucking bank account.
Well, so that's Vitalik has said this, mentioned the story several times that he had some thing was like a War of Warcraft or some World of Warcraft, right? And it disappeared, and he spent all this time working on it, and it really vexed him. He was really pissed off about it.
To the point that he fucking made Ethereum as a vendetta towards it.
I know. Isn't that something? I mean, that is just talk about really taking it seriously. Your problem. I'm going to solve this problem. And then, but see, what ended up happening was NFTs, they weren't really kind of taken off at around the time that I thought that they would, right?
Yeah.
Like 2018, 2019. And I was just thinking, God, I've always been a big trading card fan. I made my own cards when I was 9, took Garbage Pail Kids, took some baseball cards and put some blank paper over it, trimmed around, and then drew my own things and tried to sell them to people this is when I was 9. I did the math and I'm like, was I really 9?
I remember forking cards where you would, draw your own, or you would just have your friends. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I grew up pretty poor. So, like, I remember having to, like, have pieces of paper with the cards on them because we didn't actually have cards to play with. So it was like a forked version. It was like Pokemon Cash.
That's awesome, man. I mean, I'm sure great memories, of course.
Nobody ever wanted to steal our fake Pokemon cards, but we still got to play the game. So it was like a win-win for us.
That's awesome. So the thing is, a lot of us, we have this collectible, this art thing going on back to when we were young, right? And then what happens, you get a job and you commute to work and it's the daily grind and you kind of forget about that stuff. But when I started getting into blockchain, all of that kind of came back, right? All that stuff that I was really into, and there was this big nostalgia effect going on. And that's sort of what we have in our Telegram group right now. I mean, last night we were in there and people are talking about, are you an 80s kid? Are you a 90s kid? Do you remember, Thundercats? Do you remember GoBots? And
I don't remember GoBots, but I'll never forget Thundercats.
Ho! Yeah, man. Lion-O and He-Man. I'm a big fan of He-Man.
Nobody really appreciated He-Man, and at least in my group of friends. I was like the only dude in my kids group that was like, He-Man's the shit, and everyone's like, that cartoon sucks. I'm like, you guys have no taste. Tasteless children.
That was the first time they ever did really bulky figures. They used to be these puny, scrawny little things, right?
And there was lore, though. Like there was lore to it. It had, every episode kind of went to the next, and not many cartoons, when I was a kid, had, last episode kind of went into the next episode.
Yeah. Yep. No, true. And I remember the little comic books they used to give out when you bought the figures. That was like an extra bonus or whatever. But
see, this is where I'm at. We need, and this is what I hope happens. The legacy stuff starts to come in as new era, very Atari where Xbox will be the last to the show, but Atari's already here. I can't wait to see again, Smurfs. Smurfs are into this shit, you know what I mean? Before Pokemon, wild. That kind of is funny, right? It's a little hilarious.
It is. Dr. Seuss, right?
Right. Not Harry Potter though. Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, right. So you've got Dapper Labs doing NBA, which is I'm big into that, right? I'm really big into Top Shot. But then all of a sudden a blog post comes up and it's Dr. Seuss. It's like, hey man, look, whatever we can do, right, to push that space forward. And I've always, I'm not clowning on Dr. Seuss. That's some cool stuff. It's just, it's fun to see what pops up, right? You never
didn't have a lot of this though. That's why in 2017, 2018, NFTs didn't do what you and I and a lot of us NFT enthusiasts really expected it to do.
That's right.
We didn't even have ERC 720 1155s. We only had 721s, and now we have so many more contracts written to support so many different types of non-fungibles. Right. I think we're at a perfect catalyst point. Like right now, the NFT technology is so easy to use that, I mean, shit, even I can do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's that easy. I don't need to hire an entire team to do an NFT anymore. It used to be that way. Like, if you wanted to do CryptoKitties, that's $100,000 endeavor minimum. Now, 10 hours later you can do CryptoKitties. You know, it's insane. So
Yeah.
we're at a perfect storm moment in history when it comes to tech and sideline observation. So many people are just spectating and like watching Tops and Garbage Pail Kids just raking in money from the nostalgic digital value, and they're sitting here like, all right, how do we cash it? Like, they have no clue how to use it, so they're just watching us.
I know. It's like the nerds once again are going to rule, right? Once again, right? So, I mean, I want to fill you in on the story, right? The Crypto Twerp story, and it's a bizarre one at that. I was rummaging around in my toys at all my stuff in my storage back in October, and I came across my Garbage Pail Kids, and I thought, I'm putting these aside. I'm going to put these in the main house, and I'm going to check them out. And I just kind of went in down the hole, like rabbit hole again, right? All the old memories came back, and I started collecting them, right? Then I think it was February, all of a sudden I get wind, Tops is going to do NFTs, right? And I was just, Garbage Pail Kids on the blockchain. I was just like, this timing is a little odd, but bought into that very heavily. And in May when it launched, it was a hit, as we mentioned.
It was
right?
a big fucking hit. Huge.
I mean, the idea of this kid who has mostly just been buying collectibles now wants to be creating collectibles, right? And so one thing that always stuck in my mind was the parody nature of the Garbage Pail Kids, right? The just sort of the unabashed kind of like, we're just going to torment, we're going to make fun of these guys, blood hanging out and brains.
I've always looked at it. You know what's funny, and not to cut you off, but I always thought like Weird Al Yankovic was behind Garbage Pail Kids. As a kid growing up, because he was like the king of parodies. He was the one who would like take something and then make fun of it and make that thing that he made fun of more popular than the original thing that was inspiring him. Yeah. So I was like, yo, like it was like the Weird Al Yankovic of collectibles is these Garbage Pail Kids.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because before when I was doing some research and I was looking parody artwork and stuff, Weird Al was just, that's all that kept coming up was Weird Al, Garbage Pail Kids, you know, Mad Magazine, and
that's right, Mad Magazine.
You know, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot there. I mean, yeah, you see comics and you see parodies in newspapers and
shout out to Watchmen. I think that's like one of the most mainstream parodies. I don't even know if that's considered a parody, but I kind of do.
I like that.
It's a parody. Watchmen's kind of a parody of like Justice League or something like that.
It is. But now you've got a chance to look at some of our cards, right? And
yeah, can you share a screen? I don't know if you have that set up or ready to go.
Yeah, let me see. If can I click here? Oh, it says host disabled. So just
that's right. I do disable. I didn't do it, but it's because of the way Zoom is set up now. There you go.
Okay.
They've stepped their security up on the user end instead of on the company end. So now it's all up to us to keep our Zoom chat secure, not them.
We're constantly adapting, and every time I turn around, there's a new update to install, and then it changes everything. Then you have to relearn, right? I'm talking about everything, right?
Cough F2.0, cough F2.0. I mean, dude, I can't wait to see what these dApps do with F2.0, man. From what I see, a good 50% of these dApps have to rebuild infrastructure just to be compatible with F2.0. So I'm looking at a lot of these Web 3.0 environments, and they're going to be down for who knows how long and who knows which ones.
And then you hear the talk about how they're going to be building bridges, and it just sort of seems to me that that could be done, but it's going to take longer than everybody realizes it. And when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh yeah, that bridge is going to be, it's almost here," and I'm like, I don't. So
wrapping Bitcoin and a lot of these wrapped tokens or wrapped coins, I think, are really helping with a lot of the back end work that will be used to wrap NFTs. So one will beget the other. It's just we don't have. What we're going to see is a lot more wrapping coins before NFTs, but we will eventually see like Ethereum NFTs take a bridge to the Wax blockchain, or X, Y, and Z go back from Wax to Ethereum. It'll be doable, but again, like in 2017-18, right now, it's always progressing. We're not at, we're not even at we're still in beta. This is 11 years in the beta, when it comes to blockchain. So we still haven't even have 1.0. We're at 0.8 when it comes to launch readiness.
I think it's pretty well known. I mean, this is still early adopter, maybe kind of coming out of early adopter phase when you look
You
at
should
that.
be able to share your screen. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I'm on it here. We were just finishing this chat.
I just want
here
to
we
make
go.
sure. There we go. I have to hit the escape button. There we go. All right, cool. Good to go.
I wanted to give a little intro, just give you guys a little taste of sort of the NFTs that we're doing here. And let me just tell you, I severely underestimated our need for promos. I thought maybe we'd do a few, right? Well, we're about 16 or 17 in, and it's really helped bootstrap our community quite a bit.
So maybe let people know a little bit about like what you mean when you say a promo with these NFTs, because I think that's very unique, and it's a first kind of a concept that we've seen apply to marketing and collectibles, where you get a collectible marketing material. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is really going to be interesting moving forward, where like promotional material is part of the collectibles itself.
It is, and you know, if you peek behind the scenes, what's really happening here is people are perceiving and they are attributing value to these cards that we've minted, right? And you can mint like 300, 400, 500, or however many you want, and then if you say, "Hey, do you want this NFT?" Like people really respond well, right?
I mean, look at the art. How can you not respond well? It's not like it's fucking, you know, stick figures or something on the blockchain. This is high quality art right here, man, and it's original. It's unique. It's not like somebody stole some shit off of fucking Google and tokenized it.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned that, as the quality of what we're bringing is huge too, right? So we have 18 artists on board who are creating.
And I wanted to mention this too. I love the different types of art. So I didn't know there was 18 different artists. I thought maybe there was a few different, but the different styles, the different qualities, the different types, it makes one collection feel like 18 different collectibles.
Yeah, that's a little something extra that we've thrown into the mix. Is we felt that it wouldn't take away from the overall vibe of the set if we had just 18 artists, right? Like a lot of these card sets or other collectibles, it's just one artist, right? And so let me tell you, it does add a lot of work, the management side of things. But here's some fan art that
I was just gonna say, I know I see all the high quality art, but for some reason, do not self-portrait. That's probably my favorite.
What's going on there, right? This is a little something special that we put together, and we just said, hey, you know, to our community members, if you guys, you know, want to put something together, and we'll pick the one that a couple winners, right? So this one was the best twerp fan art, and this is the worst twerp fan art.
I like the worst one better than the best one, but that's just because I like really bad shit. Like, I mean, but it's like cringe. I love cringe, and that cringe is, I would hodl it.
Well, and this is really original, right here. I mean, to think about that, you know, put away the side that this was probably made in like 10, 15 minutes, you know, max, right? But this will pull somebody's attention, right? Like, well, wait a minute, what's the? So you're looking at these other ones, and you're like, okay, wait, what the heck is this?
Right. It definitely pops out, even if it is pretty static and standard looking. It pops.
Well, there are stories behind all of these, right? So I mean, here, this card here and this one here, right? So this art was done by Travis Ames. He's a comic book artist, right? And then you kind of look at this and you go, this is really wild. Like, what's going on here? Well, this is the demonstration of one of our rarities, right? So I guess you could call that classifications of cards. So when we launch, we're going to have different varieties of cards. And this is just demonstrating what that, it's called the Black Death Refractor. Little nerdy, right?
Are there different scarcities that go to the different qualities? Like the static one doesn't look like anything's moving, and then there's one animated. Are there different scarcities for the different art styles?
Well, and so that's I mean, that's what I'm getting at here. Is this is like the common variety, right? And then this one's going to be your Black Death, and then we have a few others which we haven't shown yet, which are we're just wrapping up now that we want to demonstrate soon. Just sort of like the Garbage Pail Kids, right? Where if you've seen the sketch cards and the prisms and the collector cards, right? So, you know, there's a lot of depth here, right? I mean, you're going to have people chasing mints, low mints. You're going to have people chasing sets of, you know, these different rarities, right? This Black Death. And this is a one-time thing for this promo. By the way, I didn't say what the promos are. Promos are just material that we're sending out prior to our launch. So we're actually launching a pack and box sale in December, and we're going to have a date for you real soon on that. But we're just saying December for now. And this is the material that we're giving out, right? And a lot of these are rare too. So, you know, we've only made, I think 100 each of 100 of these guys, 100 of these. I think we made about 250 of the Da Hung Father. This is, yeah, I mean, this is funny, right? I don't know. Some people are going to laugh. Some will hate it. Some of the other stuff, maybe it doesn't hit quite as well. Daniil, for some of you that don't know, Daniil he runs an art auction, a gallery on Telegram, sells a lot of art for ETH, and he does a lot of.
Well, that adds to the collectible side too, where people will want to collect sets of, you know, maybe their favorite artist or something, you know, where.
That's the other thing, Ken. That's the other thing, right? So if you look at who these artists are, right here, we've got Eris Michelatos doing Da Hung Father and Elevated Elon. We've got Maxara Gonzalez, who did Spoctalic Uterin. You know, you've got all these different Surianto Sur doing the Daniil. Some of these are collaborations too. So it's like for this one, you had Eris did the art, and then Mox did the animation.
Wow,
right?
That's going to make the collection meta. Having collab artwork though, that's meta.
Absolutely, and we're crediting all the artists, and unfortunately for Series 0, you have to kind of stop somewhere, and where we stopped was we're doing one credit. So for the artist, but if we do a follow-up series, and we hope to do that, we will have secondary and tertiary credits for those artists. But that's just the way we're set up right now, and that's in the NFT, in those fields, right, in the field data.
So this is all promo stuff. This actually isn't part of like the official launch. This is
correct.
This is early release, you know, like sort of like a billboard to announce a movie coming out soon, or a flyer talking about a new series of like Pokemon coming out soon. This is all just marketing material.
All of these have their own stories, like I said. So look at this, Crypto Twerps. You got Hulk Token. Well, like I said, there's a story behind that, right? The story behind
Andre the Giant, yeah.
Yeah, and look, you know, you got all these cool cards down here. I love it. It's outstanding, and Eris did a hell of a job at the background here. This is what's really cool.
That's actually really funny, because the Hulk and Hulk Hogan actually had legal disputes over the name Hulk Hogan. I don't know, a lot of people don't know that, but he had to fight tooth and nail to be able to be called Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. So, you know, in a way, you're sort of riffing off of that, and you're making fun of a lot of different things, right? We're combining a lot of different aspects, right? I mean, you've got, I don't know, you've got, what's his face back here way back here?
Oh, fuck, it's Waldo.
Where's Waldo hiding in the background, right? There's a lot of these little things that we've added that just, you know, maybe you look at this for the 5th time and you see something new that you haven't seen before, right? So, you got Armpit Brit from Garbage Pail Kid's 4th series wedged in his armpit, right? These cool little things like this, right? It's not just a simple, hey, what you see is what you get. There are different levels going on here, right? So the story behind this card is this is a collaboration with CryptoSlam.io. So CryptoSlam is one of these really fantastic resource website. I'm sure you're aware of it, Ken, right?
Yep.
And they list all these different types of NFTs in there, and they give you all kinds of data on what they're listed for, or where you can find certain mints for sale and stuff like that. And we partnered with CryptoSlam to create this promo so that if you go to CryptoSlam.io, you can claim this token, right? And so you claim it, but what do you get? What are you giving away? Well, we want you to join your Telegram, right? We want you on our newsletter, right? And so, but that's
it's proof of community, right? It's a way to gamify your community, and that's I try to tell people when they're getting into this space, or if they're already in this space. There's 3 key ingredients you're going to need to succeed, and you're going to have to figure out how to incentivize people to use your stuff. You're going to have to monetize that, and then you're going to have to gamify it. And that's a really good way to do it in a marketing way too, which is genius, man. I mean, I love everything about. Holy crap! Wait, hold on. This unicorn is adorable though. Uniplop, I love it.
Uniplop. So that was our Twitter campaign giveaway,
crap,
right? We asked people to retweet. If you retweeted and you liked and you went in our Telegram and you you posted hashtag Uniplop, then you get one of these cards, right? And these are rare. I mean, this one, we're only making like probably 200 of these. It sort of depends on how many people respond, right? But this is obviously a joke on Uniswap, right? And
hey man, they shit a bunch of uni into my wallet, and it helped out with some rent. I mean, I'm looking at PS5s because of uni, so I'm digging it.
I love that, man. That is fantastic. That is great. Unfortunately, I held on to mine and I wrote it all the way down. Right?
Oh,
but
dude, I did it.
I'm gonna hang on to it till it comes back up. I'm a long time hodler.
I was a public dumper, bro. I was like, as soon as it got launched on Coinbase, I was like, well, if you're not selling it, you're an idiot. No offense. Yeah. I'm just like, the only people that weren't buying uni were the ones who didn't get it for free. If you got it for free, sell it to the suckers who didn't get it for free. And I bought the dip, so I sold around like $6-7, and I bought back around like 2 or 3. But
one of the downsides to running a project like this is you don't have a whole lot of time to mess around with the token, right,
bro?
This is 20. I'm talking this to do this project. You're spending every waking moment working on it, right? I mean, we have a full-fledged website that we're building.
Well, it shows, man. I mean, dude, it really shows. What's the roadmap though? Like, so after the marketing materials like this stuff is out and everybody's hodling, sometime in December you have the official launch. Where do you see Crypto Twerps going through the year 2021? What's like that 1 year roadmap? What's your vision for that?
Well, if Series 0 is a success, right, we're going to go on to do Series 1, and I'm literally leaving the canvas blank for that because who knows what the heck is going to come along at that point, right? I mean, you're talking about virtual augmented reality cards and stuff like that. Maybe we'll go in that direction. I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll build in some functionality for Series 0 where we can burn Series 0 cards to get Series 1 cards, right?
I love that.
There's so many different ways that we can go, and right now 100% of my time is dedicated to just getting this off the ground and let's see where we go, and let's also take feedback from the community, right? And that's another thing that's really important to us, and as much time as we're spending building our website and everything, it's really key for me to bring our community in and to have them be a part of this in a way, right? So we like to pull the community. When we just started getting going and we made our Telegram was public in late July, we were always asking, what characters do you want to see? What celebrities do you like? And that let me segue right into our launch cards, right? So these commons, I should put launch cards for these. This is just sort of like a stepping stone into our website right now. So this isn't our site that we're going to be announcing soon. This is just sort of like a jumping off.
Yeah, it's a landing page.
Yeah, it's our landing page, right? I mean, we want to get people on our newsletter, right? So we're trying to get people to sign up to possibly win one of these elevated E-lines. This is our
Well, I went to the Wax wallet last night, and when I logged in, there was a pop-up like marketing material for Crypto Twerps, which I thought was really cool. And then when I went to the collectibles.io, there was another different variant of marketing material that kind of popped up, and I thought that was interesting that you guys are doing like what looks like legacy marketing, but on the new era platforms. That's
the other thing is that we have background in internet marketing and we know what works, right? So we're attacking those like you said, those old school tactics.
Right, you're not wasting money on Facebook ads is what I'm saying, which I think is smart. I see so many crypto projects have Facebook ads and I'm like, that's just money being burned, right? I mean,
it is, man. It is. We've been there before and we've burned a lot of holes in our pockets on marketing, and you could make the argument that our products, maybe they were lacking a little bit, right? And so when you put good marketing, you have banners to these sorts of assets that people want, it's explosion time.
You can see the art quality though step up at the common NFTs. Holy crap, is that AAA polished.
Let me tell you a little something. We started a collaboration with waxplorer.com a couple of days ago, and on day one we had over 300 claims for our actually, unfortunately it's not here, but it's Waxplorer, and it's a it's a joke on waxplorer.com. It's an astronaut covered in wax, right? He's sticking a wax a flag in a I guess it would be the moon. It's covered in wax, right? So we have angles, right? The angle is where are we going to put these NFTs sale, and then how do we make fun of the platform that we're putting it on, right? So Hulk Token, right? This is sort of you got Crypto Slam in here. He's slamming them, right? So that's sort of the angle with the CryptoSlam.io. The Wax Explorer, again, unfortunately, we don't have it in here. I want to add it in soon, but that's a joke to the Wax Explorer, right?
Well,
so,
I have a couple badges I wanted to give out, and I wanted to let people know if they're watching, drop their Wax address in the comments below, and I have some of these badges I can slide on over to show people. So here's the collectibles.io wallet I have, and you can see I have a couple of these CTZ CryptoTwerps promo badges. I like that there's the pink version. I got a purple version. I ain't gonna lie, I think I like the pink one. But the purple one has different animation. I like them both.
You noticed that right away, right?
Right. The differences stand out to me with NFTs, very, very much so. So yeah, I like the bounce of the purple one with the color of the pink one. So I guess what I'm getting at is, well, hopefully I can like CryptoKitty breed some of these badges or something in the future. Oh, and I even have Dahogi badges. So yeah, guys, drop your Wax wallet below, and I will airdrop you guys some of these badges right after the live stream.
I know some people may be a little confused with the Dahogi. This is an original CryptoTwerps meme. I don't want to go into the details, but it was actually one of our community members that it came from a mistake what he typed, and he said Dahogi. And he really meant to say Da Hung Father, and he said Dahogi, and all of a sudden everybody goes, "What the hell?" Everybody's cracking up in the group, and all of a sudden it becomes a thing, right?
That's and then how we got HODL. That's exactly how we got HODL.
Exactly, right? So again, emphasizing the community, the level that we're, what are we doing? We're elevating our community members, and what did we do? We gave Mint 1 of the Dahogi badge to the Lou Daddy, the father of the Dahogi, right? The guy who started it all, right? And that's where we continue to go, right? It's like, now I'm going to have to work on some original art to submit to CryptoTwerps so I can get up in this. Hey man, we would love to do something special for you. We've got some cool things coming out. I don't want to give it away, but some influencers, some NFT influencers are getting their own cards. That's awesome. See, and this is where your marketing legacy really comes into play with the NFTs. I appreciate that. I wanted to move the down pickle. Into some of our other cards. Hold on. What is up with that? Is that? Oh, that's not a pickle. That's Pepe. Okay. Yeah, Pimp Pepe. And in case you're not a Garbage, I feel like I've seen him at conferences before. We're thinking we might want to animate this one with maybe a little jiggly action going on down there. Yes. Who knows what? And the cool thing is every card has an X and Y. So if you mouse over on it, you're going to see the Y name. So there are two names for our launch cards anyway. For our promos, there are only one name per card. So you've got your 11Y version. If we take our cursor off, you have the 11X name. So that is cool. So it's almost like an interactive NFT. Yeah. Yep. That is really interesting. How did you pull that off? What's like the magic behind that? Because I haven't seen many or any NFTs really have any visual representations like that when I interact with my mouse. It's a lot of work. I'll just put it to you that way. But I don't want to steer anybody wrong. When you open packs, you're probably if you get one of these, you will get one or the other, right? But it's just sort of like we want to add two names to each character because we think that's in the spirit of Garbage Pail Kids. But so you've got your elevated Elon. Let's hover over that, and what do we have? Space Dust Musk, right? I feel like that would be his porn name if he had to pick one. Well, like I said, there are a lot of different layers going on here. These artists, they've built in a couple of different things. So let's look at this. Like you got your Zuckerberg card, right? He's the lizard man, right? Your Zuckerborg. And you put you got here's the He-Man throwback is Manny Facebook, right? Instead of Manny Faces, right? If you knew He-Man, then you would have picked up on that. I'm stuck in my head wanting it to be Smoking Meats. Like it's just so bad. Smoking Meats. Look again, what you're doing right now is you're dreaming, right? You're coming up with all these cool ideas and different thoughts. And what happens is we have people that are sharing their ideas in the group, and maybe we pick it up, right? Maybe
See, that's what I like about artists in this space right here and now is it's really like community driven, open form, very collaborative, where like you can just hop in like the Crypto Twerps Telegram and just start spitballing shit, and an artist will like come back later with like a representation of it, and you're just, whoa, wait, my idea is like, you know, visually here now. Dude, they get even better every time you scroll down. Wait, does he have a gag in his mouth? What is up with the crazy drain?
Crazy Drain, right? That's Ozzy Osbourne. He's got
it's a bat.
It's like a bat, it's like a mask / bat, right? He's using his bat and he's chewing the head off, right? There's a little bit of lore and history in there. You know,
I know the lore behind that bat moment for Ozzy, and he had no clue that was real.
You're right.
He thought it was a fake bat because there was a lot of fake stuffed animals that people were throwing on the stage that day.
I think it was Sharon. Sharon, his wife, threw it out to him, or somebody, or she knew that it was fake, and somebody threw it out, and it was like planned. And that was, I watched the video, and he's explaining it, right?
Yeah, he had no clue that there was going to be a real bat in his mouth that day.
Yeah, but then, you know, this whole incident becomes larger than life,
oh, shit,
right? So,
and there's Waldo again, bro.
There's Waldo.
I was busy focused on the front end, and then finally, like you said, moments later, it dawns on me.
This stuff is I mean, like I said, you're going to keep finding little things, right? Like let's go to the Arnold one. So a little story about this one. We have a designer, and she's my girlfriend. She lives in the Philippines, and she does these banners. She'll do the treatment for the banners and the nameplates. So we have like our little kind of like our hologram-esque type thing going on, and that's part of it too, right? You kind of take something, what the art is, and you try to create the banner and match it to the art, right? So here we've got a little Terminator 2 kind of thing going on, and maybe this isn't immediately apparent when you look at it as to what's happening, but if you look at it a little closer, you see, okay, yeah, he's kind of into the housekeeper, into the maids, right? And you got two maids here or holding a spray bottle, and you got the feather duster here,
and we see
right?
where his perspective is drawn.
Yeah, and you know, the big bulging eyes, and just sort of like you're doing a bust, you know, you're doing doing it in this.
You know what's crazy? I could see the next version of this already, like the animated versions or something like that. Like it has a lot of potential, even as a static image, to be visual, to be animated visually.
There are a lot of different directions we could go with this, and what happens in the sale, and what we expect, and what we really, really want to see is more people coming in, and more artists, and more people who have ideas, and let's share. Let's create an incubator of ideas. Let's in our group, and let's talk about.
Well, this is like new era memeing, man. Like this is meme 2.0. Like this is the next evolutionary step in the meme, you know, lineage.
That's it. And you know, it's funny, we don't mention the word meme a whole lot, but you're absolutely right. These are meme trading cards.
Is that Joe Rogan likeness? It looks very Joe like. It's
Planet of the Vapes.
His feet, though. Yeah. Oh, I see it. Yeah, the Joe Rogan Experience right on his chest.
And you know, so the thing is, we maybe we are riding a little bit too much on one side. We try to ride on the edge of what's appropriate, right? We don't want to take copyrighted logos, and you know, we try to be as careful as we can about that, but you know, something might be slipped through. I don't know. I mean, it could happen.
Hey, you know, the best part about all this is if Joe Rogan were to ever get upset about this, just give him mint number 1 and shut him up. You know what I mean? That's really it.
There you go. Give him the mint number 1. Let me go back. So there's a story. We have a story with the chat face, and I'm a little apprehensive about discussing this because I don't really want to highlight Shatner, but he didn't.
Yeah, that dude doesn't like me at all. William Shatner, he fucking blocked me. He called me a scammer, dude. He put me on blast to 2.5 million fucking people, and just like told them I'm a piece of shit. And I'm like, dude, you don't even fucking know me.
We had about 150 replies on this card, all Shatner fans, who absolutely detested this card. They thought it was disgusting.
Good, it makes me want to fucking hodl it more. Fuck it.
Okay, there you go, right? So, see, man, you know what's going on. Look, we've got...
I mean, that's guerrilla marketing. We want to talk about marketing. That's accidental guerrilla marketing. Oh, wait, you don't like it? Tell me how much you hate it.
Tell me more.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So the thing is, and one thing I really hope will come through is the story.
Dennis Rodman.
Kim Jong-un.
That's fucking hilarious. Yes, I love that. Dude. I feel like Dennis Rodman would like that card.
We've tried. We are trying to get these. We're trying to tag the celebrities, right? Either they see it or they don't.
Bro, I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing.
That's the reaction we want, right? I mean,
it's like a boardwalk caricature. Like, I could see Dennis and Kim on the beach of like Wildwood, sitting and posing for an artist to draw that.
This Kim, I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of like he looks like a puppet. You know, he looks like a marionette or whatever. Like just these lines here. It's almost like I'm waiting for his jaw, his mouth to open. You know, with these look like. I don't know. These look like seams here. I don't know, but that's just my interpretation, right? And
I see it. I see it.
You know, radioactive Rodman, right? Kim Jong-un. I mean, no brainer, right?
That's hilarious, man. I love this art, dude. All right, so I wanted to dive into a little bit of like why would people pay for something that they could just screenshot, right? I mean, a lot of the legacy influencers in this space that really haven't been in, I mean, a lot of the people that are the biggest right now kind of got in 2018, which is hilarious, but they still don't understand NFTs. They a lot of people that I see in this space that we hold to a standard of like deity level, you know, influencer, they're like, oh, I ain't gonna buy your NFT, I'll just screenshot it. They don't seem to really get it. I'm curious, like, you know, like where do you see that, like, you know, going forward, where people just say, oh, I'll just screenshot your you know, twerps and I'll just have it that way.
Yeah, my response to that is go ahead and take a Mona Lisa and now make every single dot on that Mona Lisa exactly identical. Take the same canvas, a blank canvas from that period in time, and go ahead and just find the best artist you can and create that thing all over again from scratch, right? And just do it as best you can, and now to the point where you have both side by side, and you almost can't. And to the untrained eye, that nobody would know the difference, right? And then go ahead and take that second one and put it on eBay or sell it at Christie's or whatever, right? And see how far that gets you, right? Because what is this all about? This is about a community, right? This is community driven, and the community is saying we understand that these cards are being minted from the Crypto Twerps account, and we are giving those things. That is where the value is coming from, right? Is the
issuer.
The issuer, right? But the provenance, right? What is the background? What is the lore? What is the history behind this? And if you take a copy of this, that's fine. I don't care. You can take a screenshot, you can print it, you can put it on your wall. That's all well and good. But now we're talking about building economies, right? So there is a value aspect that is embedded in these as well, right? That's what blockchain is about.
Right. There's interesting mechanics to owning a CryptoKitty, as to just having a screenshot of a CryptoKitty. If I have this CryptoKitty in my MetaMask wallet, I can legally print it on a T-shirt up to, I think it's like $30,000 in licensing rights or whatever. But because I own this art, this asset, I have rights to redistribute that artwork on a T-shirt or X, Y, and Z. I'm curious, is that something that Crypto Twerps is considering moving forward, where if I like own Crypto Twerps assets, like that the Joe Rogan one, I love it, the Planet of the Vapes, could I throw that on a T-shirt if I own the card and sell that T-shirt? Because I own some of the art.
So you would have some sort of licensing right? I mean, let's talk about commercial aspect, right? Or just, you could put it out there. If you want to make a shirt of it, fine. I mean, that is something that we could definitely move towards, and it's been thrown around before, right? Right now with the Series Zero, we don't have that going on, right? So if you want to make a copy of this and you want to put it on a shirt, as long as you're not reselling it, right? If you're using it for yourself, you know, we're gonna we're going to say go for it right now. But in the future, those kinds of things could definitely should be explored for sure.
Yeah, it would be cool to be able to get some physical swag because this art is so crazy. I mean, I would definitely rock it on a T-shirt. You know, this is like Hot Topic meets Spencer's or something when it comes to the graphics.
Maybe by virtue of owning one of these tokens, you have access to the PSD file, right? Where
That
you
would
could
be
like
cool.
kind of move some things around and create like a variation.
I
You know,
like that a lot.
maybe add your own name or something like that.
And
Yeah.
I like that you're maybeing and thinking, and I mean, because this is a living thing, and a lot of stuff isn't
Yeah.
so much set in stone and you know can't progress in different ways. You can do anything, you know.
It's
That's
1
like
o'clock.
the your imagination, right, is like the only limit to what you can do, and is the more creativity you and your community have, the more Crypto Twerps will be doing in the future.
I'll tell you right now, when I first had the idea of doing this, it was a very simple. We're just going to do 10 cards. They're not even going to be in packs, right? And then as time goes on, you're adding all this complexity to it, right? And so now we're at the point where we are actually going to be selling boxes. We're going to be selling boxes that are fungible tokens. And what happens is if you buy a box and you open that box, you get one exclusive card that you cannot get in packs. And then
Oh,
you
that's
get
smart.
a whole series of packs that you can then either speculate if you want to sell in the secondary market.
Oh,
or
dude, you did a box topper. I get it. Dude, it took me 10 seconds, but I got it. You made a box topper and put in
Yeah.
a bunch of packs in the box as well.
Yeah,
That's genius.
exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Many people watching this probably aren't into collectibles like I am when
Yeah.
it comes to like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and shit.
Yeah.
But box toppers are like the pinnacle of collectibles.
So here's the thing, right? And I don't have an example of what that animation looks like for that exclusive. It's called the Nuclear Refracture. This one here is called our Black Death Refracture. And this is just a demonstration of what that card is, what that animation is going to look like. So what I'm saying here is that if you see this animation with the bones and the skulls, you're going to be able to open up packs where you're going to be able to get a Backdaft or a Gassam Atom or an Overrun Sun with that animated effect applied to it. And every one of our launch cards, you'll be able to get one of those, and they're going to be harder to get. They're going to be harder to get than these common varieties, right? These are just the commons, the static cards, right? But I'm really glad.
What's like the minimum mint on the common ones though? Like you mentioned earlier with the promos, it seemed like 200 was kind of like the highest amount you were minting. I'm curious, like what's the minimum amount that you will be minting for these?
Well, we don't want to give that away just yet, but it's coming soon. The total supply is coming soon. I will say, and it has been made public knowledge, that we're going to be around the total supply for this is going to be around 120,000 cards total. But that didn't answer your question. You wanted to know how many of these, right? So I'm not able at liberty to say right now, right? But I'll just tell you right now, these are the commons. They're going to be the most common, right? The Black Death Refracture, I think we're looking at, they're going to be about 25% as common as these cards. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's where the math is at. And then we have a couple other rarities, and those are even going to be harder to get than these Black Deaths.
How does the minting process work when we're talking about packs? Is it like you know? And I've had this conversation with different projects. They do it in different ways. But like, if I knew every holographic Charizard was already opened out of the Pokemon packs, why would I open any more Pokemon packs if the public knowledge is, hey, all the Charizards are in circulating supply, meaning there are zero left in the packs to be opened? Is there any kind of a mechanic to that could prevent me from saying like, well, all the good cards are in circulation, so now I'm stuck with a pack that is guaranteed to have crap in it?
Well, so the thing is, as this thing evolved, as this project evolved, we realized it is really hard to keep up with the time. So we locked in a lot of things that we're not able to really change in the last month or so, right? And so, unfortunately, and actually, I still think it's a good thing. We are following the path of the Garbage Pail Kids, where first packs opened are going to get the low mint, but then we also have a couple of things that we want to add in order to incentivize people to open packs later on. And I don't really want to go into that just yet, but But it sort of depends on how well we do on this sale. If we knock this thing out of the park, then we're going to be able to.
Bro, it's a no-brainer. The if isn't even. It's a matter of when.
That's a lot of the people on our team. It is a matter. It is a matter of when, right? And with, like I said, with these marketing tactics that we've been able to do, these little guerrilla marketing tactics, where we're partnering with different platforms, with Waxplorer, with Crypto Slam.
You know what's funny, bro? I mean, I don't know if Joel and Travis will appreciate this, but the anarchist in me is gonna tell you. There's Nifty Box holders, right? I mean, those addresses are public. You could just go to anybody that holds a Nifty Box asset and say, you know what? We can airdrop twerks. We don't even need the Nifty Box permission. You don't need Joel and Travis's permission. You have the addresses to all the people that hold that NFT publicly. You can just airdrop and guerrilla market to the highest mint holders in the NFT space directly. And there's also a lot of APIs that you could go and get and see like which are the most active Wax wallets and airdrop stuff to them. And there's a lot of cool like anarchy marketing that can be done in this space that I've yet to really see gamified.
Well, you touched on a couple of things there that we've been thinking about, right? So, I'm not going to come out right out and say we're going to do all these things, but you definitely touched on some important stuff. And speaking of airdroppers, right? This card here, this was one of, we haven't sold, we've sold very, very few of these. Most of these are giveaway cards. And like I said, every one of these has a story. So let's go through a couple of stories, a couple of them. This Blast Off Gandalf, this is a collaboration with Nifty Wizards. And what we've done is we've only listed this card for Dust tokens. Dust token is the token of the Nifty Wizards. And if you're into the Wax scene, then you would know kind of where to, you could ask around, where do I go? What platform do I go to pick up one of these for Dust tokens? So they're not available for Wax tokens unless somebody else bought them for Dust.
I got some Dust. If anybody's holding one of those, I will buy it from you like right meow for some Dust. Mm-hmm. So let me know.
And these are rare too. So these are 100. We're doing 100 supply each.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nifty Wizards, and I like that you're collabing with different projects. And I think that's something also unique to the NFT space and community. You don't see a lot of cross pollination or collaboration when it comes to like tokens and coins or blockchains. Even it's very tribal. But in the NFT space, it's so I guess the opposite of parasitic is symbiotic. It's so symbiosis in this NFT space that it's just like everybody really supports each other and are happy to work with each other. And you don't see that in the crypto or token environment, but in the NFT space, bro, it's like literally like a fucking Burning Man concert or something or whatever. Like it's so love in this space. So to see you guys collabing with Nifty Wizards, really like, I love to see that.
That was a great point that you made. I couldn't have said that one better. Let's see, look at it. Here's another collab, right? The Daniil Panopoly. So Daniil Pan is one of our friends, right? And again, I mentioned this earlier, he runs an auction house in Telegram, and he's all into these other things. And what is he doing here? He's smashing centralized players, right?
It's the Monopoly houses and hotels.
I know. 25% off. I mean, here. This is the icon for his Telegram, the Art Gallery Auction House, and there's quite a bit of activity in there. A lot of artists really love going over and looking at his art. It's a sort of like a not critiqued. What's the word I'm trying to think of? A curated collection of stuff that gets listed in the Telegram and it gets auctioned off inside the Telegram. And this is something you've probably seen, right? These little auctions that run in these groups now, right? You've got Collector, you've got Daniil. I mean, all these guys are popping up with their little auction houses that are running.
Telegram's actually starting to impress me, or at least people that find ways to utilize Telegram are really impressing me.
Yeah. Well, you've got the Dust, right? Dust.
Yeah.
How cool is that? And the thing is, I would love to spend several hours messing around with that and learning. Oh, if you own this NFT, then that gives you access to be a moderator in this Telegram.
Kurt's a fucking wizard, legitimate wizard. Kurt is insane. I love Dust. I love Nifty Wizards. If you're in my Telegram channel and you say anything, you earn Dust just by talking in my Telegram channel. So people are in my Telegram just shooting the shit, and they're stacking Dust so they can go to the Crypto Twerps and buy some of these fucking NFTs with Dust.
That's exactly right. I mean, definitely chat in there. Come over and get a couple of these. You know, get one each.
Is the Crypto Twerps Telegram a Dust Miner yet?
It is. It is. You can go in there, chat, post memes, and earn. You know, I think what is it? 1 Dust per post. Right.
And you get 2 as the miner operator, which I think is really cool because I operate my mine and I get 2 for every 1, and now I have extra Dust that I could do like giveaways and stuff with. And
exactly, man. Exactly. We're going to do more we're going to do Dust giveaways. Right now we're focusing heavily on our NFT giveaways, right? Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You give one of these away, they show it off to one of their friends, right? Somebody else is seeing it in their wallet and, oh, what's that, right? You
know what I think is going to be really fun is the game theory game part of it, where I could like back these promo cards with wax. So a lot of people aren't really into a lot of this stuff yet. It's still pretty nuanced, but like I could throw 1,000 wax behind one of these promo cards, and now it's at least worth 1,000 wax. I could list it for that 1,000 wax or more, and then hey, now you could buy it and at least say, hey, wax goes up. Right. Yeah. All right, cool. I could burn this card and get my wax out of it. Or maybe wax goes down, but the Crypto Twerps assets are going up. Yeah. It's a win-win, bro. It's like a great way to hedge your collectibles by backing it with some currency.
The strategies, I mean, it's mind-blowing, right? When you think about all these different things, and you can, there's so many different strategies. It's like, should I buy this? Should I buy this NFT? And, well, if wax is pumping, right? So you're constantly thinking about how do I maneuver to capitalize on what's happening.
Yeah, my strategy has been looking on the marketplace for assets that are backed by wax listed for less than the wax that it's backed by. A lot of people have pre-listed, and this is like maybe a month, 2 months ago, whatever the case may be, but I'm seeing that people are selling their NFTs for less than the amount of wax that's like, so I'm going to make a profit by buying this NFT and burning it just to get the wax out of it.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, you really got to rack your brain to think about and then imagine all the different utility that's going to get built in over time, right? And how your strategy is going to change because of that.
Dude, there's shit that you probably aren't even thinking about that's going to happen, man. Like the Blockchain Heroes cards, they were not really supposed to really do much. And now all of a sudden, I can play Dark Country with Blockchain Hero cards. Like, that's going to be cool to see, like, other blockchain games adopt the Crypto Twerps NFTs and give them utility inside other, like, multiverses.
That's really what we hope, right? It would be an honor for some of these other projects to figure out how to take our NFTs and use them, and then
is that Laszlo?
Your network effects, right? You got the synergy going between the different projects, and that's helping the overall ecosystem even more, right? So yeah, there definitely is like a component where anybody can come and they can say, you know what, we're going to riff off of what you guys have done. We're going to airdrop goodies to holders of specific cards. And now you need to use you can use that card to log in and play a game on our other platform over here, right? I mean, what if there was like Monopoly and every time you owned one of these, you could play with this character? Right.
You know, my buddy actually, shout out to 3D, a friend of mine actually just made an interactive NFT Monopoly board game.
Oh, sweet.
Fucking A. It's a board game that's an NFT that you can actually play with. You can play with this NFT. It's interactive. It's amazing. So like you're literally spitballing, but it's not even a far-fetched spitball. Cause like, there's so much happening in this space that the amount of like possibilities are literally fucking infinite. There's nothing that can't be done.
It would be silly to say we're definitely going to do this in 2 months time, because by that time that happens, oh, guess what? That technology has already been leapfrogged, and now there's something else. So it does pay, and we do have to move quickly, and we do have to make decisions sometimes very quickly, because
this is why I
you
fucking
can't-
hate white papers, by the way, because it holds you to a legacy standard and you're not able to progress with those leapfrogged innovations. That's
Right.
why I'm like, fuck a white paper, because it literally going to fuck you over the moment you extrapolate from the white paper to innovate a leapfrog technology. You're going to confuse and scare your investors that read your roadmap, and it's not smart to kind of hold yourself in a place today when you know in 2 months who knows what we can do.
Yeah, and that's another reason why creating a roadmap would have been a very hard thing to do, because now, see, we didn't even know that we were going to do this. This Lucky Charm is our airdropper card. So we sold 100 of these cards for $50 in wax, which I think at the time was 1,280 wax each. We sold them all in a short period of time. And that airdropper card, you were mentioning airdroppers, airdrop. So what happens is every so often, right now we're averaging every week, we'll go in, we'll look at who owns this card, we'll airdrop.
Oh, come on. That is fucking awesome. How did I miss this? I'm so disappointed in myself right now.
You're about a month, I'd say maybe about a month late on this particular sale. And what did we do? I mean, we just absolutely crammed all.
I will give anybody watching this $100 worth of wax for their fucking lucky drop, right? All right? Like, you give me your Lucky Charmed NFT from Crypto Twerps, I'll give you $100 worth of wax. It's only good for one offer. So if you're looking to sell it, I'm looking to buy it.
Well, that would be a really good deal for you if that's the case, because if you go on the secondary market, I think last time I looked, this Lucky Charm is going for like $300.
That's listing though. What was the sales?
That's a good point. That's a good point. So what? You head over to like, Waxplorer or Crypto Slam. You do a little research, right? You find out what was the last price that it sold for, because I'm big on that.
And you know what though? And I'm big on it too, bro. But here's where I've really come to learn some shit. The on-market transactions don't abide by peer-to-peer transaction histories. So if I were to buy that card from somebody for $1,000, it wouldn't reflect on the market sales. It wouldn't reflect in what you just mentioned. Nobody would know. So a lot of people are intentionally doing peer-to-peer OTC NFT trades, so they don't affect the market, which I think is interesting, and even a positive or a negative light. They don't want to jump the price so they get screwed with higher assets. They want to keep the price low, or vice versa. But the thing I'm seeing is a lot of OTC deals going down with NFTs.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. OTC stuff, right? Like just like you see with crypto, with Bitcoin and stuff like that. Yeah, it's fascinating to see a lot of the similar things that NFTs share, and the dynamics that they share with cryptocurrencies and tokens, right? With fungible crypto, and also the differences too, right? So backing cards with wax, right? Airdropping certain cards to people who own certain cards, right? Being able to create stories behind here. I'm going to give you another story because people love stories.
Well, that's what all this art is. And every time I look at one of them, I as a person that's been in this space long enough, I see a lot of like this day in history kind of, motivating the art. I can be like, oh, like with the fucking Warren Buffett and Justin Sun choo-choo train art. I remember that dinner. So like that's, as soon as I saw the art, I thought about that dinner.
Yeah. Exactly, man. You got it. I mean, you're right on it. I mean, let's go over to that one card, okay? This one is a favorite amongst many, right? This one has many, many layers in it. And if you're not crypto savvy, that's okay, right? Maybe you learn a little bit as you go. Maybe someone will tell you a little something about what's going on. You got Warren Buffett here eating a turkey dinner, right? He's driving a steamroller over Justin Sun, right? I mean, what happened? The Steam community totally forked off and left him in the dust, right? They went and they created a Hive community, and now you got him getting his ass stung every which way, right? So let's go over to here. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's a little on the edge here. Borderline inappropriate, right? But this is one of my favorite names, Bottom McAfeeder, right? So what's he doing here, and what do we know? What do we know of his story, right? Well, what did he say, right? He said Bitcoin doesn't reach. What did he say it was? 50,000 US in 3 years' time that he's going to eat his dick on live television, right? And so we're making that kind of happen.
I think he got himself arrested just so he doesn't have to eat his own dick. At least that's my thought is, I love you, Dad. Hi, John, if you're watching this, because I'm sure you are somehow. But, I feel like he just got locked up so he doesn't have to eat his dick. And then when he gets out, he'll be like, people will forget about it.
So maybe that's in series 1, we'll do a little something with that. We'll take that idea and we'll run with it, right? Let's see how far we can take this, the McAfee, because he's an easy target. Right, he's a very easy target.
Well, he puts himself in that position to be an easy target, which is why I love John. He's kind of been the guy who threw himself in front of the tank for us a lot of the times.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. He does do a fair bit, or he did do a fair bit of shilling on some ICOs, and he got a little hot water with that. But there's another story here going on, right? So there was a time when he had posted something about him being in a strip club, and the fact that something about, I can get away with it, when you're in a position that I am, or something, like you can get away with posting pictures of being in strip clubs or something like that, right? So we wanted to encapsulate that moment as well, right?
Hey, if people want to talk shit about John, at least he ain't grabbing her by the pussy, is all I'm gonna say. John has some class, at least.
By the way, I need to have some words with the guy, with Eris, who did the Trumpalumpa, right? Because maybe we needed to put a little bit of that in there.
Well,
right?
I could imagine with different artists, some of them may have their own line in the artistic sand that they don't want to cross.
Dude, I'm so glad we're talking about this, because in interacting with the artists, right? Some of the artists say, you come up with the name. I give you, hey, do you want to go back and forth? We'll come up with the name together. Or you have an idea of what you want the banner to look like, right? So there is that conversation going on between the artist, the designer, and between me and with some of the other guys in the group. And we all throw in something into the mix in the end, right? And it can be a messy process, I'll tell you, right? The centralized nature of creation, you do have some feelings that get hurt sometimes, right? Like if somebody was like, man, I really wanted this to be this name, and it's like, well, it just didn't happen. We did a poll, and everybody liked the Trumpalumpa. They like the Trumpity-Doo. Look, we're throwing emojis in the name, right? We got a little notes going on. You'll see some more of that. But like I said, there are multiple people involved in making this thing. Somebody throws out an idea. Hey, this is a rough concept. Oh, well, why don't you put the Twitter bird in there? I mean, it has to be done, right? You got to put the Twitter bird shitting on the logo, right? And the evolution of it is it's such a pleasure to watch and to be a part of, right? So even though I know the community probably doesn't see that, but it's our job to kind of relate that story, right? And if that provides additional value, then so be it. And see that it does, right? People want to know the stories. They want to know the story behind Bitcoin Pizza, right? Plasma, right? They look at this and they go, "What is happening here? Like, what is going on?"
That guy really likes pizza.
Yeah, I mean, let me look at this. 10,000 BTC. What's going on, Papa John's, right? You're getting pulled into the story if you don't already know it, right? And if you do, then you find it hilarious. So we hope that you do.
I think it's really good at Easter eggs of knowledge. It's almost like nested information or subliminal education. Here's some eye candy, but now here's some brain juice to go with it. Here's something that you can learn by staring at these different memes. At least I feel bad even calling it's not a meme. This is so much. We need new words. I say this every time I do a podcast, but bro, the words that we have don't do justice to the shit that we have to describe it now.
You're so right, because how do we frame it, right? We say deranged and twisted parody NFTs. But maybe we need to come up with a word that encapsulates all of that, right? The trading card element, right, where you have the branding of the logo and the double naming system, right? And then you've got the parody aspect of it. I don't know. I mean, maybe one day in the community somebody will just throw it out and it'll stick, right?
Yeah, I did that with the Nifty Wizards. I coined the phrase tarping. Because LARPing is live action role playing, but TARPing is tokenized action role playing.
I like
so
that.
we TARP, you LARP. There's a difference.
That just reminded me of something silly that we have in our group now, and we had one of our community members came up with this idea of the fact that every time somebody goes in there and they say good morning, right? Well, it may be somebody else's afternoon, or it may be somebody.
The glitch in the matrix.
So, yeah. So we came up with, or this guy came up with time appropriate greetings, right? And that just shortened to tag. And then somebody else came up with good morning or some shit. And then we shortened that to GMOS. And then all of a sudden you just start getting all these different iterations, right? And people gravitate to the chat because they want to be involved in that camaraderie, right?
Right.
So again, you asked earlier, and I hope I answered that one well, about sort of like what's stopping somebody from taking a picture.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the point. That is the irrelevant thing, right? I am fine with somebody taking a picture of this and saving it and making it a desktop background. Their wallpaper, they can do that all day long. And there's nothing stopping them from doing that, right? But it's more of the community aspect, right? And if you want to be a part of the community, you're still going to be on the periphery if you're not collecting these cards, right? I mean, you're going to have people saying, and we have this already, I have this pink badge. Can I swap for a purple? Does somebody have a purple? What good is it going to do if you have the copy of this card? You're not involved, man. You're not involved.
Right. My go-to explanation is pretty dumbed down. It's very watered down, at least. But my thing is, when people argue, I'll just take a screenshot of your NFT. I'm like, well, take a picture of a $20 bill and try to pay Netflix with that photo you just took.
Dude, that is the exact same reply that you framed it in a different way, but mine was take a copy of create a copy of the Mona Lisa and list it. And, I mean...
Well, the problem is somebody will buy that. I mean, I will buy a print of a Banksy piece of art. I got prints of art on my wall, so I would buy a print because I can't get the original. But the difference is having that print isn't going to get me any kind of recognition from the that art community. It's you could have a real Banksy, but having a real Banksy is a lot different than having a print come out of your printer in your house and throwing it on your wall.
You said the recognition. That was a good word too. I'm gonna remember that one. It says you don't get the recognition, right? And someone will say, well, I don't care about that. Okay, then
right.
That's
fine.
Right. I mean, we're not pulling your leg to be in. We're not grabbing you to be involved in this. Either you see that what's happening here and you're a collector, which a lot of people are not collectors. Let's just throw that out, right? And they go, not my thing. Okay, fine. I happen to be a collector. I love figures. I love cards. I love comic books. I love collectibles in general, and this is my way of contributing to that industry. Right?
I'm a collectible as well, and the non-fungible assets really is what drew me to getting back into collecting. I mean, I'm one of those kids who had a whole binder full of Pokemon cards go missing because we moved so many times throughout my childhood. As an adult now, it's almost like looking at, losing Bitcoin private keys. It's just deterring. I don't want to get back into collecting. It's too much of a blah, blah, blah. But now I can get back into collecting, and I don't have to worry about, like, moving and losing physical things. I have, these virtual rights to ownership that hasn't been able to be, really streamlined into mainstream and into the real world, so it's breaking the paradigm when we talk about these virtual collectibles that are transferable. I mean, again, this has been around since CryptoKitties and all that, but it's still as if it just came out of existence this week. It's still so new.
It's fresh, and it's still fresh, right? And I think, I'm sure on your show you probably compared and contrasted the difference between physical collectibles and the NFT version, right? It's like some people, they have to have that tactile part, right? And so they just can't really wrap their head around what we're doing yet. But and I understand there's always going to be a demand for physical collectibles. Let's not. I mean,
I think we're going to bridge that gap, though. I think physical collectibles will have virtual representations through NFC, near field communication technology, or RFID. You know, the next line of Pokemon cards that come out will probably have a physical / a virtual version, and they already do something similar. I'm a nerd, so like I have Magic the Gathering cards, and every time I buy a pack of Magic the Gathering, it comes with a QR code in the pack that I can scan, and it gives me a virtual pack that I can open, and I get different things. So I have a physical pack, and if I buy the physical, it gives me a free virtual. And I think that we're going to see that bridge kind of being built by the legacy companies like Topps, Garbage Pail Kids. Fuck, dude, even Shatner being involved in the way that he did it was like straight up historical. Like physical fucking shit that is redeemable for an NFT. Fuck, who the fuck? Like, what? How? But it's being done. So, like, you know, to see how this will go forward, I think Funko Pops, in my opinion, has the most potential to bridge the physical and virtual worlds.
No, you're right. That's absolutely going to open the world and open eyes up when that happens. And I'm a big nerd, right? So I love watching different interviews and different podcasts and stuff, listening to podcasts. And I remember Evan from Wax talking about what you just said, right? That's how you bridge the gap, right? Is instead of trying to convince people to go digital, you start at the physical aspect. And then, like you said, you have that QR code that gives them access.
Yeah, it's a whole Trojan. Sorry, it's a whole Trojan horse scenario.
Yeah, that is kind of.
I didn't realize we were going for an hour and a half, and I know it's like breakfast for you, bro. I could do this forever, so like whenever you got to wrap things up. But I mean, like, how can people get more involved in this, right? Like, I mean, I try to tell people join Telegram, check out the website and stuff. Is there anything that you could let people know to get involved if they're an artist, if how they could get more involved, or as a collector, some like different ways people can get involved in this?
Sure. So what you just said, right? Look, we've got CryptoTwerps.com. That's the gateway right into the world, right? And you choose here whether you're an artist, you're a collector, or you're a lurker. And now, since we already got all 18 artists, and this was I guess you could say kind of crowdsourced in a way. All of our artists were brought in. We didn't know them.
I love it. I fucking love it.
We started talking to them, and we said, "This is the vision. Do you want to be involved in this?" And you know, it took some time, but we got 18 artists on board that said, "I love what you're doing. I love these cards and these characters, and I want to be a part of this." And let me tell you, it's not a very easy thing to do when you're saying, "Oh, you're going to get compensated based on some revenue, right? It's going to come in down the line, right?" So, but what does that do? When you do that, you give them the power to choose the characters that they want to do, right? And you give them more freedom. This is different.
And more responsibility, because now it's a little bit of the artist, 18 different artists' responsibility to promote their art, which promotes the brand of CryptoTwerps, which cross-promotes each artist. So the guerrilla marketing is caked in. It's actually a default marketing.
That's right. You got all these artists that are retweeting, that are liking, that are sharing, right? And they're incentivized to make sure this sale does well, right?
And it's what's interesting, I'm sure they have fans and collectors of art that they have made from like Fiverr, where it's just a PDF, and now they're going to on-ramp their collectors into this tokenized licensing world, where now you have asset ownership of that PDF file that I sent you.
So Ken, can I hire you, man? Because you seem to have this all sorted out, dude. And I mean, I'm telling you, you made my job so easy today, you would not even believe. You really have your finger right there. I mean, you know what's going on, man.
I've been into NFTs literally 6 months before the first CryptoKitty was minted. I was already that guy that was like, wait, if you're minting random shit coins, why can't I have this like one coin be one? Why can't we have these and then next thing you know, they come out, and I was looking at color coins as a concept to jump off of. I was looking at like Raven coin and color coins, and I'm like, you guys were so close, and then you gave up on Bitcoin to create shit coins. Why?
Do you remember when Punks came on the scene and
Punks was before CryptoKitties, so I will give them that. Yes.
Yeah, they were, but there may have been something that was even before Punks. But honestly, Punks, I think they kind of get the the credit for being the first, even though a lot of people still think that CryptoKitties is, and I'm probably
That's probably
wrong.
my fault for saying CryptoKitties all the time too, and I don't give the what is it, cypherpunks, right? I don't give them the credit they deserve, and that's, I think, my fault. And as well as a lot of people's in this space, we keep giving CryptoKitties that undeserved title of first to market, but it was the cypherpunks guys.
But you know what, Ken?
And they were out of
like,
Vancouver, I think, right? They were Canadian guys.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? We're sitting here going, we know what the first ones was, and there's somebody else out there that's watching this going, nah, there was this that was before, right? And you're like, oh shoot, didn't really like.
That's a good point, actually. But you know what goes? I'll say this to wrap things up a little bit, and I think what's going to be really cool to see is Crypto Twerps is going to have legacy and nostalgic value when this does happen. Like today, go ahead and buy one video game of Pong. I'll wait. You know what I mean? You're better off buying the new fucking Xbox than you are buying the first Atari Pong video game, because the nostalgic value is more significant than the tech that it's backed by. So as more and more people get into this space and things like Tops bring in fucking like Pokemon, companies and projects like Crypto Twerps will have that legacy, like Pong or like, you know what I mean, like these like Dungeons and Dragons, these old games that we relate to. I'm waiting for that Netflix documentary, like the games that made us, the NFTs that made us, like that's where Crypto Twerps will fall into the historical like lines.
I appreciate that, man. I really, it really means a lot to me that you're involved in what we're doing, that you like what we're doing. It says a lot, right? And we're starting to see this now. We're just starting to get a lot of traction right now, where some other influencers are, hey, this is cool. How can I be involved?
Well, you only got 200 of these mints, man. I can see why they're getting involved. They ain't stupid. They understand scarcity, supply, demand, and utility, right? And the fact that you can have utility in this world of non-fungibles right now, and it not just, it's not just speculative. It's like, it is and isn't in that sense. Like, yes, we are speculating, but I mean, again, it only took a couple months for Blockchain Heroes to become just a speculative collectible to a utility NFT in a video game. Like, that is inevitable when it comes to projects like this. So I'm just happy to be a part of it, bro, and I really appreciate you coming on to and this is me personally. I'm a very selfish person in this sense that the only reason I do this podcast is so I can get moments like this with one-on-ones, because I'm not going to learn from reading your Medium article. I'm not that guy. I'm going to learn from having a one-on-one, and this is why I've gone to over 200 fucking conferences, because I learn by one-on-one conversations. So again, I really appreciate your time. Like, this hour and a half has been very enlightening for me, and I'm sure that my audience has learned a lot from just us shooting the shit.
Same here, man. I learned quite a bit from you too, so it goes both ways. So
thank you.
Thanks, Ken. It's been a real pleasure being on, and hopefully you can put some links to our Telegram. We want Telegram. We would like Twitter followers and join our newsletter. Those are the three gateways in, and we'll let you know when we launch in December. We're working very, very hard on the website, but let me tell you, it's coming out incredibly well. I mean, one last thing, if you don't mind. Our site, right, and everything that we do is for collectors, right? So you're going to see some things on our site that you're going to go, oh, this is what we've been waiting for. Certain ways of viewing your collection, certain ways of seeing multiples of cards, mints.
This is why we don't have mainstream adoption yet, because we don't have the shit that you're talking about yet. Yeah. That's what excites me, bro. Like, and it wouldn't happen without the incentives and motivations that you have to do something that will beget more adoption. Like, people, and this is why NFTs don't have maximalism, fucking tribalistic wars, is because Wax community knows anything that Crypto Twerps does is going to make the NFT space better for all of us.
Absolutely, man. That is like one of the coolest things. I just love that idea that we're working towards something. This isn't the end goal, right? There's always going to be iteration, and somebody else is going to come along and say they're going to borrow something that we did. They're going to say that box idea, that topper in it.
That's fucking genius. Come on, bro. That's genius. You deserve a little bit of that.
We'll take a little here and a little there. Maybe we'll build in some functionality for some twerps, and away we go to help bootstrap their the next project needs to bootstrap their community, and what a better way to do that than to dip your toes in some of these other projects, right? And we'd be happy. I would be honored to have the next project come along and take a little bit of what we've added to the pot.
Well, much respect, bro, and appreciation towards you and the team, and I wish you guys nothing but success, but you don't need my wishes. All you need is a little bit of time, honestly, so I know you guys are going to do well. I'm excited to see how, like, the community embraces the twerps themselves, and I'm excited to see, you know, what goes forward. I'm really into the Lucky Charms one, that airdrop NFT, the beautiful concept. My offer still stands. $100 to the first person who wants to sell me one of theirs. And if you guys want to get one of these badges here, I'll slide this on over for the wrap it up. But if you want one of these Crypto Twerps badges, either the pink or purple one, let me know which one you want. Do you want pink? Do you want purple? Comment below with your Wax username after the video is over, because during the live stream, the live chat just goes away. But comment permanently on the YouTube comment section, purple, pink, with your Wax username, and I'm going to go ahead and airdrop a bunch of these to everybody right after this live stream. Don't forget to go to CryptoTwerps.com, join the Telegram, and Matt, I appreciate it, bro, and as always, have a day.
Take care, guys. Chaka.
There are many different ways to buy Bitcoin, but the cheapest and fastest way to buy Bitcoin with cash is with a CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM. CoinFlip ATMs allow anyone to buy Bitcoin with the lowest fees and within just a few steps. Hi, I'm Amy, and I'm one of the hundreds of store owners who partner with CoinFlip. In this convenient store, we host a CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM. We earn passive income, more foot traffic, and we get free advertising done by the CoinFlip team. Getting the ATM was easy. We just contact the CoinFlip team at info@coinflip.tech, and they handle everything with no cost to the store owner. This includes installation, maintenance, marketing, and even 24/7 customer service. We just provide a small space within the store. To get your own CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM and join the monetary revolution, contact CoinFlip today. info@coinflip.tech, or fill out the form at request.coinflip.tech. 773-800-0106.
Whether you're brand new to cryptocurrency or an expert, Hodlit is the app for you. Are you tired of dealing with the exchanges, their unreliability, and high fees? Welcome to the new cryptocurrency standard. Hodlit is your one-stop shop for accumulating cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. This is the easiest way for you to accumulate crypto and manage it. Download the Hodlit app now. Create your profile, link one or more bank accounts, set up your dashboard, and let Hodl do the rest. It's easy and fast. Hodl provides multiple ways to purchase and accumulate crypto. Included are advanced automated buying features along with direct market buys. You have total control of your money and which cryptocurrencies get purchased, with options including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tether, Ripple, among others. Use the Roundup feature to automatically purchase crypto with your spare change after making everyday purchases. Easily increase your Roundup growth by using the Boost Growth option, and boost your Roundups by either 2, 3, or 5 times. The Autopilot feature allows you to purchase crypto based on the amount and frequency you choose. Set it and forget it. Buy and sell in real time. The coins you buy are the coins you get. Hodl holds 100% true blockchain purchases. No downtime. Super secure. Lower fees, and you get 24/7 support. Hodl makes it easy for you to create and manage a diversified cryptocurrency portfolio. Look forward to future enhancements coming soon, as well as additional cryptocurrency options. Download the Hodl app today and get started now.